Hey, what's up, everybody? Weight Watchers here, coming at you with yet another fresh out of the theater review. This time for Tarot. Just got through seeing that, and I pretty much saw this kind of like on a spur of the moment, like on a whim, just because I was in the mood for what looked like that schlocky PG-13 rated 90-minute turn your brain off type of horror movie, and. But I went in thinking like, hey, maybe I'll enjoy this. Maybe I'll still enjoy it. Maybe it'll be better than it looks. But no, it pretty much is that. This is that kind of like 90 minutes cheap thrills sort of horror movie that studios make on like a $10 million budget. So teenagers and people on date night can go and see it, and it can make back like 10 times that, if not more. That's exactly what this is. And to my surprise, and this was not something I was expecting going into this, there's a very kind of like self-referential meta nature to it. This movie is much more comical and comedic than I was expecting, and because of that, honestly, because of the comedy, because of like kind of the awareness of it all, and like even the way it wraps up, it's like, yeah, we know what we are, we know what this is. Because of that, I actually still had a good time with it, but it's still not a well-made movie. It's still not a mind-blowing horror movie by any stretch of the imagination. You could do like a million different things with the cursed deck of tarot cards with like black magic, evil divination, all that. You could go so many different ways with that, and this doesn't take any risks whatsoever with that premise. But I think, like I said, because it's very self-aware of that, it knows what it is. I still had a blast watching this, pretty cliche, poorly made horror movie, nonetheless. But like, don't misunderstand me. This is still bad. This is still really bad. But damn it, I had a good time with it. And you know what? Enough said right there. What's his name? Jacob Battalion. Ned from the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. He's definitely the standout. The rest are, I'm sure. I recognized one of them from the Mean Girls reboot, but I didn't know any of the other ones. But they're all those pretty up and coming young 20-somethings. I'm sure they've been in other movies that I haven't watched, or other maybe some TV shows that I haven't seen. But they did the best with what they were given, so I'll also give credit there as well. Nobody, surprisingly, no, they didn't go that route where they made anybody like totally unlikable or like just straight up annoying. And I guess it was cool that they didn't do that, because usually when you have like a young friend group of like people in their 20s, like around my age, they really go over the top with it, and they didn't do that here, thankfully. Even with Ned from Spider-Man, I mean, of course he was the comedic relief, but he didn't like overstep his welcome. So I guess that's something. But other than that, this checks off all the cliche boxes. But what can I say? I still enjoyed it, but I still recognize that it's bad. So this is definitely of the guilty pleasure variety of horror for me. So wrapping it up, I'm going to give Tarot, let's do a 5 out of 10, because I still enjoyed this for what it was, and I'm not going to pretend that I didn't have fun in the theater, and I actually cracked up. And oh yeah, I can't forget this. There were two scenes like that happened after the climax, near the tail end, and it was only two specific scenes, so not the whole tail end of the movie, but two specific scenes that were like genuinely like creepy and unsettling. So I'll give credit where it's due. But still, Tarot gets a 5 out of 10. This has been another edition of Weight Watches. Just got through seeing a bad but very enjoyable horror movie, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.